Hello, welcome to Steve McDonald's Arts and Crafts, and today what I'm doing is, it's really exciting. I'm doing a collaboration with Sharon Lindley from Vivid Days Art on YouTube. Check out her channel. I will leave a link to her channel in the description below. She's an amazing artist, does some beautiful resin work. And what we've done is we've set each other a challenge. So the challenge we've set is that we've got to make a mixed media piece of art using resin, but with the theme of silhouette in it. Now, I've drawn myself a silhouette. In fact, I've drawn myself a couple of silhouettes. Let me show you. So, first one I drew was this one, which I really didn't like. I didn't think it came out very well. The second one I drew was this one. And again, I thought the lady came out a bit like a Neanderthal, but I knew I wanted to have butterflies in it somewhere because I've got a theme that I want to use. And the third one I drew was this one. And I used Procreate to do this, and it's a really simple, easy program to use. So that's my third silhouette. So what I did was, I printed that out, there we go, into the size that I wanted. And then once I printed that out, I then printed it on some glossy photo paper, and I'm going to cut this out and I'm going to use it on this board. But I'm going to have a background, and I've never used these before, and these are hammer paints, and they're meant to make it look like a metal paint. I'm using that as the background, so that's the second part of my mixed media on this board. And I'm also going to be using resin, of course, and possibly a little bit of glitter. And I've also got this picture here of the earth, which I'm using as well, because my theme is all about feeling the sense of freedom that we're going to get once lockdown has finished around the world. So the first thing I'm going to do, as I'm going to be doing this project in several layers, is I'm going to paint this background using this hammer paint, but I'm also going to put flecks of different colour in it as well, just to give it really an abstract finish. Let it dry, and then I'm going to coat it with a coat of resin. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos and experiments. And don't forget to ring that bell. Ring my bell. And then you'll get notifications. And also, do the same if you're not a member of Sharon's channel. So I'm going to get on with painting this. And all I'm going to do, oh, it's a lovely colour, is dip my brush in and go over it. And it's supposed to give like a metalled, hammered finish on any of surfaces, canvas, glass, all that sort of thing. And I think it's going to look great, as Tony the Tiger would say. So that's the first coat. And then all I'm going to do with the others is I'm going to kind of splash it over, then squidge it through. Thank you to Vivian, who sent me these paints along with loads of moulds. I really do appreciate it, Vivian. I couldn't find your email address to send you a thank you, but if anybody who ever wants to send me anything, my address to send things to is in the description below. I love how that's come out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that to dry, then I'm going to show you the next steps. Well, this is all dried up nicely now, and I do love how the pattern has come out on this. I think it's come out really, really pretty. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a coat of art resin over this, and I'm going to be using the Resin Colour art resin because I know it dries really nice and clear and dries really good. Excellent resin. I will link it in the description below. And then I'm going to let that cure up for about 6 or 7 hours before I put the picture that I've got of the earth on it. And then what I will do is do another pour once that's cured up, put the butterflies and the silhouettes in, and then do a final pour over the top. I'll also provide all the affiliate links to everything that I use in the description below. All you need to do is click the show more button, it'll open up the description. So I've got all my resin mixed up now, and I left it to sit for about 5 minutes just to degas, but this resin doesn't actually have many bubbles in, and I'm just going over it with one of these plastic spatulas. I've got it propped up on a couple of yogurt pots, and I ensured that it's level, because it's really important when you're doing coatings like this to ensure that things are level. If you'd like to say thank you and buy me a coffee, it's really appreciated. If it wasn't for the kindness of people who buy me coffees and my members, I wouldn't be able to keep this channel going. And your names go on my April board. So I just pick out the hairs, and now I'm popping on the picture of the earth. And what's important is when you're putting a large picture like this down, and this was printed using an inkjet printer, is to ensure that there are no bubbles trapped underneath it, because if there's any bubbles trapped underneath it, when you put your next flood coat on, what will happen is those bubbles will be released, and they'll be released slowly, and you'll get bubbles in the back of your picture. Can you hear that rattling in the background? That's my dog playing with one of her toys. Sorry about that. So I just go over it very gently with this palette knife and smooth it over until I'm happy. Well, this first layer of resin is all cured up now, which is brilliant. So all I'm going to do now is flood that again with another coat of resin. I won't show that, and then I'll come back when that's cured to put the actual silhouettes on. And the reason I'm doing so many different layers is so it has more of a depth rather than just looking like a flat picture. So now it's time to put on my little cut out silhouettes of the hand and the butterflies. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I've actually got more butterflies going on here now than I did at the beginning. What I did was I reduced them down in size, photocopied them again onto some glossy photo paper, and then cut them out just using a pair of scissors so that I could have a variety of sizes. And I'm putting them on and around the picture, and the great thing about this, because the resin underneath has only been curing for about 3 or 4 hours, is the fact that if you do put one in a place and you think, actually, I don't like where I've put that, or that's a bit close to another one, you can move them about, as I'm doing there. The important thing is, again, is to ensure that when you're moving them about, that you push them down and make sure there is no bubbles underneath them. And that's why I like to use tweezers, because I don't want my fingers to get near the resin, but also it's quite difficult when you're using delicate things to use gloves. So just go round with your tweezers and push them down and get all the air out of them as you possibly can. I don't know if you've noticed, but I finally got a haircut. I feel so much better. I'll leave this to cure now for about 24 hours. Well, this is nearly finished now, and all it needs is its final coat. And let me show you what it looks like. I'm starting to really love this, and it's representative of how I'm going to feel, the freedom I'm going to feel, and the rest of the world is going to feel once we are out of lockdown. I think this is going to be really important. So that's what this whole picture represents to me, and I've used silhouettes for it. Once I cover this in the final layer of resin, all these little bumps on here where I've dropped resin on the pictures will disappear. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this project as much as I have. It's a really great project. I love it. Thank you to Sharon Lindley for the challenge and for the opportunity to do a collaboration. Check out what Sharon does on Vividay's Art, Sharon Lindley Vividay's Art. I will link her channel below. She's an amazing resin artist. I absolutely adore her work. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. I've put affiliate links to everything that I've used today in the description. I will link the images that I drew on my members only channel as well, so if my members would like those, then you can download those easily. And be sure to check out the video that's coming up. It's one of the videos on my new channel, and if you'd like to check out my new channel, the link is in the description below. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Leave me a comment, and thank you, Sharon, once again. Take care. Bye.